guys, welcome back. As per request, my other window tint video, people asked me to see a better view, and I also thought it would be a good chance for me to show the tint on some of the other cars as well. So start off with the X5 again, and just give you an update. This is 3M 20% color stable all around, and you know, you get tint from the factory, you know, already in the rear glass. So with the 20% on top of the already 20% that's on the rear glass, I think it comes out to be around maybe like five or so. It's super dark, but it's what I was going for as far as getting more privacy in the back glass. And you know, like I said, someone wanted to see a little bit more of the rear glass. So the sun is, I mean, it's right peak right now. It's 1 o'clock today, and I think this would be a good opportunity to show. Right now, the sunshade is closed on all the cars, so you can see how much light is coming through. This is from this angle here. You can see how much light comes through the window. This is dark interior also, so keep that in mind when you get your window tint. It's dark interior. Coming up to the rear, how much is actually being seen through the rear glass. It's pretty windy. Hopefully the microphone isn't too distorted. And this is on the other side, and right now we're getting a lot of reflection, especially through the rear, because it's pretty much opaque. Even through my eyes right now, all I can see, I can't even see through the other side. I can barely see a little bit of the white car through here, but that's it. But I still have decent amount. I can see the steering wheel looking through my eyes. I can see okay, but as far as looking through the interior and say, hey, what does he have in here? Very limited amount. Meaning, if you look closely, you can probably see a little bit more inside the car. Put the camera right up against it, but it's not that noticeable and from a distance. That's what you get. All right. So let's move on to a car with light interior. Same tint, light interior. My M3, I did the same 20%, 3M color stable. Now this car had lighter interior. It's the Silverstone interior. And from this angle, it was still dark. Now when I first got it before the tint cured, wasn't too happy with it because you can see a lot in here, but I think over time, I want to say these tints, I'm not sure if they get darker or what, but maybe if the water evaporates, it seems to appear a little bit darker. And you can't really tell the seats are there. If you look through the dashboard, you can see a little bit in here, but with the lighter interior, it does pop through the tint a little bit more. Now come to the back, you're gonna see out through the back of the glass too, and straight through the front of the car. Yeah, just give you an idea. Here's what the tent looks like. I have sunshades, so if you have sunshades, you can always make them look darker through here by pulling up the shades. The wind is really picking up. It seems like the wind always starts when I start my videos. It's amazing what happens. Hopefully this dead cat is working. Sunshade up. Now, sunshade blocks out quite a bit, and it almost gives it the same amount of darkness with the X5, because now I can barely tell there's a seat there. Once again, this is 3M color stable. Okay. And we come over here to this car. This is Lexus car. Sorry, the glass is a little bit dirtier, but this is also the same tint, and you can tell it looks super dark. And you probably, why is that? Like, I can barely see anything through here. Same 20%, but it just looks so much darker in the car. And her car has red interior, but you know, that's, if you look here, Lexus UV, Lexus I think uses a little bit extra UV protection over the glass, because no matter what tint you buy from the dealership or wherever your installer, when they say 20%, that's the percentage of light that can come through the film. Now, certain cars have a light film that's usually range from 5 to 10% from the dealership. That's from the factory. That's just, you know, standard tint. You know, not glass is 100% clear. So depending on the type of car you have, you got to take that consideration. Even that 20% could reality be 18, 19, or sometimes 15%. And I believe this car comes out to closer to a 15%. I don't have a meter to measure it, but you can see, you didn't even know this car had this color interior just looking through here. It completely blocks out a lot of the light. Now if I open the sunroof shade a little bit, you're going to see a little bit more light come through the top, and you may be able to see a little bit more. That's it. That is it for this. And you can see now with the sunroof, you can see a little bit more from a distance. It's blacked out. It almost looks blacked out. And here, looking through, I couldn't really tell what be inside the car. I could probably maybe identify the driver, maybe a little bit, unless you're looking through the windshield. But other than that, coming through this angle, you can see a little bit more. And as the sun takes position, if it hits more light, you'll see a little bit more light. If I turn the cars around facing the other way, you'll see a whole different view through this. Now the X5 has bigger windows, so you're going to see a little bit more through the interior through a lot of these. So as a bonus, and I tried to clean this windshield off this last minute, but here is the Civic. The Civic is at 35%. And the Civic is, you can look at it right now, I can see right through the car. It looks, there's privacy, but it doesn't block out any amount of light. This is actually not 3M. This is Lumar. I believe it's their ceramic tint. So this is a ceramic tint, and this is through, like I said, I want to say, I don't know, the Pinnacle or something like that, but it's actually a more better quality than the carbon film that I have on these other cars. But you can see the car has the red to the interior. You can see straight through the interior. Especially up close. I know there's a lot of glare and reflections on here, but I can look straight through. I can see the door handle. I can tell if the car's unlocked or not. I can look and see. I can read the fast track thing inside the dash. I can see the SI logo on the seat. See where's that glare. This is looking through the tent. My hand over. Like this is equivalent to someone peering through the glass and say, "Hey, what's in here? What's in the back seat?" See. But the other cars that way, it's a little bit harder to see in. Sunshade up in the back, M3. Now I have sunshades in the X5, but they're down right now, and this is through the back of the X5. You can't see anything. So let's turn the cars around and see through a different angle with light coming through more of the windshield. What you see. More light. And you can just look up in the Civic. And I'm going to try to research and see what tint is on the Civic to tell you. I'll put it like a link down here, or like in the description here, but you see the Civic has more. The Sunshade is closed on the Civic. If I were to open it, a lot more light's going to come through the sunroof. And M3. Let me take these shades out. And looking through, you can't see this, the seats very much through here because of the sun. But since the sun's coming through the windshield, you're going to see a little bit more through the interior, especially with the lighter interior. No tint on the front glass of either car. Now for this angle, you can see the seats a little bit more because the sunroof, the sunshade is open. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Subscribe. Thank you.